Here we are. We are attempting to complete the light tank mission LT-15 for the second set, which means you only need to do 5,000 combined damage and spotting damage. I've been struggling a bit with this, trying to do medium tank play, trying to do stationary spotting, and come to a conclusion that it really very much depends on the map you get. So there are two maps that are really good for this, Malinovka and in particular Prokhorovka. Prokhorovka is fantastic. Now of course, to get the completion with honors, you need to also survive the battle. So it's not enough to just scout a bunch of stuff and shoot a bunch of stuff. You need to actually also survive, preferably win, but you know, that's optional. So what I've done is I've gone for a forward position. So this is the encounter version of Malinovka, which I thought would be slightly harder than the normal one. It turns out this is not the case. So in the following, just take this as a way of completing it, but I'll give you some tips and tricks on the equipment, on the play style you need to adopt, and some of the crew skills and so on. We'll get to that in the end. So spoiler alert, I am going to complete the mission. That's why I'm showing you this video. Actually I did it just 10 minutes ago, and I'm fairly chuffed because it took a while. I tried all day yesterday and I couldn't do it. So 5,000 is what we're going for. You can see the damage ticking up slowly. It's getting there. Doing a bit of damage up on the hill. I didn't expect to be able to do that. I'm still unspotted. You will see when we get to the end of the video why that's. Or I mean, you can skip to the end of the video and you can see the equipment and the crew skills I'm running at. I have a 33% concealment rating. So essentially, if you assume that most of these tanks have a 380, 400 meter view range, let's be conservative, they will spot you around the 270, 250, 275 meters. So anyway, I see this threat developing on our western flank for light tanks coming through. I decide to shift position over here. I'm still in a bush. The bushes give you up to an additional 50% on your camo, i.e. reduction of the distance at which you will be spotted. So I'm merely shooting away. I'm not getting spotted here. It's great.
Enemy armor is damaged.
The ammunition is ticking down as I'm shooting. That guy disappeared. I got some early spotting damage, but not much. I'll need to do a bit more spotting damage, but you'll see that I am also ticking up the damage myself, because of course, as I mentioned, it is the combined value that counts. So in order to get credit for spotting damage, you need to be the one observing the target being shot at, and I think even the guys shooting at it should not be able to see him themselves without your help. So that makes obtaining spotting damage rather difficult. You can see I took a shot there. I was pretty certain I was going to get spotted, so I ran immediately for this dip to get some physical cover. Not to worry about artillery. There's only one artillery player on the other team. If you were doing this in a platoon, you could team up with 2 tier 10 artillery pieces who would then exclusively shoot at your targets, and that could get you to 5,000 pretty quickly. But doing it solo is of course more challenging, and as you'll see in this battle, quite fun. So anyway, most of the threat has been neutralized. There's still one light. Oh, I don't know what I was doing with that shot, but anyway, there's still one light and one Panther. Yeah, Panther 2. Good tank that. Yeah, Panther 2. Don't know what's going on here. Critical hit, no damage. Low rolls, missing. And I'm out of premium ammo. So, as I mentioned before with this tank, I do run gold ammo on it because, you know, to 10 tanks, your 190 pen just it hampers gameplay, especially when you're doing missions like this. You don't want to donk shots just because you couldn't pen them for some, because your ammunition is crappy. Yeah, so what? Gold noob. Who cares? I play to win. You know, I keep saying this, winning is just more fun than losing, and if I have to invest a little bit of money to do these missions, so be it. I'm going to track this guy, just see if I get a bit more assistance damage. Don't think I'll get any because I'll kill him before. Nope. There you go. Got a bit of assistance damage. I think he was still tracked. Okay, so now we have only the Foch left up there. Everyone else is dead. Remarkable, seeing as they were coming down the hill in the open. But never mind that. The artillery just went and said hello. So I'm thinking, let's go help the Foch. And my teammate here says, dude, let's go for the artillery instead. And the Foch dies, so that kind of closes that deal. But you can see how we are using the view range and spotting range to the maximum. And also I'm being a little bit naughty because I know I need to survive this battle, so I'm letting my mate here run in front, which I wouldn't normally do, but at this point I have actually achieved the 5,000 I need. I could just sit in a corner and run out the draw. You know, and I am, at this point, I am seriously considering doing just that. Having tried this mission all day yesterday, just getting crappy game after crappy game, getting killed by artillery time and time again. Have they buffed artillery? Please, in the comments, tell me whether they've buffed artillery again. It seems like artillery just hits me all of the time. Well, not all the time, but they seem to have buffed the accuracy and or aiming time of artillery to a level where actually it is, again, a real threat. Too much, and you can see that this battle is a little bit odd. Yesterday I had 2 to 3 pieces of artillery per side per battle all day yesterday. It must have done something. I took a couple of battles in artillery and I had an accuracy of north of 50%.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Boom, and my mate gets blown up. That's a little bit unlucky because we could have gone and won this battle. I think both of us. So that's a lucky shot, but alright, I'll take that. I'll take luck. Fuck it. I think both of the E75 and the IS-3, as we'll see later. I'll just speed it up. They're both one shots, but let me speed it up so you know you don't get bored to death watching me driving around. Even though it is a pretty tank, I like this tank. Look at that sneaky bush. No, nothing there. Just trying to use my spotting range to my advantage. I will outspot these guys by 100, 200 meters. Of course, I retain my camo value while moving, so that's quite something. Nothing here. Oh, this is a good bush. The bush Wookie is now sitting still in a bush, looking around frantically and worrying. Still worrying. Nothing. Nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking. What is Kolobanov's metal? Is that killing 3 yourself, or is it 5? I think it's 5. I want to kill 1, so if I killed the other 2 I'd get 3. That's not enough. So my point here is there isn't enough time for them to do the cap fully, but still, you know, there's some extra points in actually resetting the cap, so I'm greedy, you know, and I wait for that. I could roll over, but then I'd have whomever is in cap shooting my right side. That would be the E75 doing 500 damage. There's not enough time for me to take many of those shots. I'm just waiting for this guy to turn his backside to me, and then ding. Really? See, that's the 190 pen, because of course and again, nothing. I'm out of the premium ammo, and now I'm out of AP, so I've got HE left, which I haven't noticed at this point. I'm like, critical hit again, come on! And then I shoot him again, and he goes 30 something. Oh, I've only got HE left. So note to self: don't carry 15 HE rounds. Right. Still gonna try and reset the cap. I'm not gonna kill that IS-3 in the time frame available to me. Just gonna go around. Look at the distance. I mean, what is that? 200 meters? He's not spotting me. I'm making sure just to take a little bit of a detour. Don't want to get spotted before I decide that it is time to get spotted. And see, a gold round or an AP round here would be perfect, but you know, HE should do the job. We didn't even scratch them. And there we go. game over. So there we are, 2,522 spotting damage and north of 3,000 damage. That gives me the 5,000 I need, and an ace tanker and a bunch of medals and a confederate and so on and so forth. And there's not much to say about the team scores. I mean, my team did reasonably well. A couple of tanks didn't do much, mostly the light tanks, but they might have done some spotting. So good job. Their team obviously did well as well. So really hard fought battle. Very, very good battle. Then of course the detailed stats. The only thing to note is the distance traveled, which is quite remarkable. Let's get on to the tank itself. Here it is. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, that was the guy in the CDC that was helping me out. Very good player. Very good player. So for crew skills, brothers in arms, obviously the light bulb, and then a bit of view range, and brothers in arms, and a bit of camo, and of course designated target, which isn't fully researched yet. Again, brothers in arms, a bit of camo, and some driving. Brothers in arms, camo, and repairs. So that gives me the 33% concealment, both when moving and when standing still, and view range 476 meters, and that is key. Even though the maximum spotting range is 445, anything above that will still reduce highly camoed targets concealment range, if you will, concealment ability. Then I'm running the chocolate. I'm running way too much HE, so I'm going to adjust that. I've got the binoculars and the coated optics, and with that it is entirely possible to finish this light tank mission. Any questions, ideas, suggestions, post them in the comments below and I'll try and help out. Quite a challenging mission, very good fun to do, but it does require you to adopt a certain playstyle to do so. So until next time, stay frosty.